guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be doing some Halloween crafting. I haven't done any Halloween crafting yet, so we're going to start. I picked out some papers here from a couple of my paper pads. I picked out some of my favorite ever ribbon. This is the ribbon from my scrap cabin, and she has a shop on Etsy. I use her ribbon constantly. I just got in another order. I did a grab bag and it came with this really light purple one, which is perfect because I've got a purpley theme going on. So these are the two colors ribbon I'm going to use. I've got this cut apart sheet right here. If this is not your style or if this is against your religion or whatever, I completely understand. Don't watch this video because I am going to be using the cut aparts from here, which is very like tarot cardy, whatever. Not my religion, but it is, I believe, spooky for Halloween, and that's why I'm including it. So I completely understand if you don't want to watch this video. Thank you for coming and joining me, but I totally get it. So these are the other papers. I've got this really cool bat vellum that I want to use. I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, but I'd like to use it. So we'll see what I can come up with. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull that idea in. And then sparkly paper. And then this really cool like marble paper, or splatter if you want to say black splatter, but it looks more like marble to me. So that's what I'm going to be using. And then I'm using a composition notebook. I did take out probably, I'd say about 10 pages out of here. I was going to do a different idea with this composition notebook, which I might, be a future video, but for this today, I'm just doing one of my journals, but I thought, what a great idea to take out about 10 pages, because it gives you room to put some pockets in here, right on the front here when you layer, because usually I layer the inside, but then I also do a layer of pocket, and it can get kind of bulky when you start shoving tags and stuff in there. So I thought it would be a good idea to take out a couple pages and see if that gives us a little bit of, working room in there. So I went ahead and did that. And I'm just going to get started. I'm going to kind of do like a craft with me video where I just kind of play music and I'll come in and explain whatever, if I need to explain anything, I'll explain it. But otherwise, I have other videos here where I just make journals with composition books. So if you want to go check them out, there are others. Otherwise, let's get to it. So I know sometimes when I see other crafting videos, I always wonder like what the crafter is doing, if there's music playing or whatever. This is what I do. I watch TV. I love watching Hulu and Peacock and Amazon. I love watching all the little seasons of Castle and Bones and all those shows. So that's what I do while I'm crafting. What do you guys do? Do you listen to music? Do you talk to people? Do you talk on the phone? What do you do? I'm just going to try to figure out how I want to layer the front, like what do I want as the centerpiece of the front and what kind of paper do I want to cover the front. And so now I'm cutting down that centerpiece that I chose, which is this beautiful black owl with different shades of roses on a tree branch. It is so pretty. I tried something a little different quite by accident. I was looking for the blender that I usually use to do my inking on edges, and it's one of the makeup sponges that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I've been using it for years, and I thought it was okay, it worked. So I picked up this big fluffy brush, and it works a lot better, I think. That's just my opinion. I might be overusing product because, I'm getting it everywhere with this brush. So maybe I'm overusing the ink or something. I don't know, but it seems to work better for me. It seems like it blends a lot better on the edges and doesn't have such harsh edges like the makeup brush that I was using. So just another idea, if you're looking for something to use for inking, grab a big fluffy brush. There's a ton of different ways that you can adhere paper to composition books. You can use this tape. You can also use a tape runner. You can use wet glue. You can use the Aleene's Tacky from the Dollar Tree. You know, speaking of that, I don't think I've seen that lately. I don't think I've seen any Aleene's Tacky glue at the Dollar Tree lately. Maybe that's just my Dollar Tree. Anyway, there's just 101 ways to attach paper to the composition book. This is just the way that I'm doing it today. That doesn't even mean I do it every time this way. I just picked up the tape and went for it. And I also didn't measure anything out today. I'm just cutting. So again, if you choose to measure your book and cut your paper down to size, that's one way to do it. This is another way. So I measured the ribbon to go around the outside of the book. Sometimes I will take the ribbon and just put it on the edge of the book and make that the closure. But I feel more comfortable having it wrapped around the book. That way I know that it's not going to pop out. And you'll see what I'm saying when I lay the paper down. You just have to be really careful with the X-Acto knife around this ribbon area. If you'll see, I'm angling it so it's cutting outward. It's not cutting in towards the ribbon. And then I go back in real tight against the rest of the book. So you just have to be really careful when you're dealing with ribbon. And again, I go really light over it the first time. The second time I go, light too, but the second run usually cuts everything clean. And again, just be really careful around the ribbon. So there's a lot of times that you're going to see me come in here and ink the edges of this. You could technically wait until the very end and then just ink all of the edges with all of the layers on. But I don't know, I just feel like I got the inking in every single step. I feel like it looks better because of the layers and everything. So if you want to wait until the very end to ink everything, you certainly can. To get this matted look, you just take the original picture and you add 1/2 inch on each side of the length and the width. Just the length 1/2 inch, the width 1/2 inch. And that way, by the time you cut out your square, you have 1/4 inch on each side. And then you do the following, or you do the same thing for the following piece of paper. And it gives you 1/4 inch on each side. So I just added these little fake metal pieces here. I think that looks really cute. Now we got to work on the inside. If you've ever seen any of my journal making videos with composition books, I love to do this ripped look in the front of it and on the back of it. This time I just went with the front and I left the back plain on the inside cover, but I really love doing this ripped look that I'm doing. I'm kind of off screen. I'm really sorry. I didn't realize my camera was all the way over there. Anyway, I just go down and I rip the edge like that. And if it's a bright colored paper, I'll just go ahead and leave the white edge. But since we're doing a dark theme here and I'm doing inking on the edges, it turns out really cool looking both ways. So I'm off to the side here. I'm really sorry I keep getting out of frame, but I'm just inking the edges of all the ripped papers that I'm going to lay in the front cover. This is how it turned out. So I've got some seam binding hanging down from the spine here, and it's like a light lilac color. It's very light. And then there's seam binding here for a closure. And the front is decorated with this beautiful black owl and these beautiful purple roses. And then it's got some gems up here and some other stones. And then it says sun, moon, and stars. And I've added these they're faux metal pieces. And so I added those. And I really like the way it turned out. And then you open it up. And you've got plenty of room for putting things here with the ripped look in the back. I love that look. You'll see it on a lot of my journals. And just some little decoration here. We've got 3 cards here. I can't even count. How about that? And there's plenty of like journaling or places for pictures on the back. And then you have the first page decorated. I always like that in my journals, to have a page decorated. And then the rest of the journal. And here's the back that I did off screen. I just laid it down and, you know, inked the edges. And then there's the back. So it is a beautiful journal, and I will be selling it for Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, kind of relaxing, crafty day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.